If you watch me, then you probably know my Evolution World series. It is a Minecraft survival series where every episode I add a brand new feature to Minecraft. But I've never really, run through how I make any of these features. But today, that's what I'll be doing. Because I want to add an accessory system to Minecraft, which is easier said than done. And I think that it would be much more interesting for me to show you guys, like, all of my thought process behind it, rather than just, skipping to the end result. So, let's start off with the basics. What's an accessory? Well, it is an item that you can equip to what is normally a special slot, and from that you'll get some sort of boost or buff that'll just, help you along and generally improve your experience. I'm sure you've seen the Baubles mod, which is a mod that adds pretty much exactly this, and a lot of mod packs actually change up the settings on Baubles to, add their own spice to it. But today, since we don't really have any mods other than, camera ones, I don't have any special slots in my inventory. I have a regular survival, or I guess creative, now survival Minecraft inventory. This is what we're working with. There's no special slots here. So what I'm thinking is this can be our special slot. This spot right here. Slot number 9 can be the sort of accessory slot. Whenever we have an accessory, that's where we'll put it. But what does an accessory do? Well, as I said, it generally buffs your experience. So let me run through all 10 of these and show you what I'm thinking of. First off, we have one that is ripped straight from Terraria, the balloon. We have different colors for the balloon, but this is an item that if you put it in your accessory slot, you will float a little bit slower when you have an air block below you. The second one, I'm not going to show you just yet. The third one actually has a feature that I'm sure you've seen before. It is extremely expensive, but it provides you the ability of flight. But not just any flight, it provides you with Starfeet flight. So what do I mean by that? Well, this is Starfeet flight. It is normally in a potion, but it works just fine as an accessory as well, I think. Now, what do I mean by Starfeet flight? Well, it's this. This is a type of flight where you just have a bit of sparkles around your feet, and you can just walk normally as if you weren't, flying. But that is normally in the form of a very expensive potion, and so I figured I'd make it an accessory as well, just so that, it can be a bit more accessible and it have a bit more of an impact on your game. Number 4, we have the hostility charm. So this is going to be an item where if you walk up to a passive mob with it, then said passive mob will become a corresponding hostile mob. What do cows turn into? Oh, that's a wither skeleton! Number 5, this is an interesting one, because it also goes along with number 6 and number 7. These are different charms that will keep you in a certain dimension no matter where you are. If I put on the end accessory, then I will be instantly transported to the end right now where I stand. And same with the other two. This one transports you to the nether, and this one transports you to the overworld. And although this may seem overpowered, I made sure that you need to either kill the dragon, or you need to get ancient debris and go to a fortress, or just, with the overworld one I wasn't super strict. Number 8 is the lightning accessory. This is going to be something where if you get to too low of an HP level, say I'm at 1 heart, all of the mobs around me will get instantly struck with lightning. They may not die, but they will get struck with lightning. Number 9, we have the plague mask. This will be something, you pop it in there, and then if you look just over here, you can see that the land is a little bit plagued, and when you walk up to something, that thing just gets absolutely destroyed. And finally, the last one is what I call the creeper poof. So, all those pesky creepers walking up and, destroying your base. When you walk up to a creeper, it'll poof away. And that's all it does. So with that, let's get coding. Okay, so if my calculations are correct, that didn't work. Okay, why didn't that work? Okay, so if my calculations are correct... Nope. Okay, so if my calculations are correct, we get a carrot on a stick called White Balloon with the Evo Pack in bold, plus the description of giving the player a gliding ability. It doesn't work if I put this in what is going to be the accessory slot. It does not work at the moment. But I think that before we, get functionality working, let's do some sprite work. Alright, so how does it look? We have all sorts of different balloons. I kind of like the texture. I don't know. I feel like some of them could definitely use a little work on just like the coloring, and maybe the glint could use some work. But for the most part, I'm happy for this for now. I'll definitely tweak it in the future. But anyways, now let's get some functionality going. And you ready? We take a white balloon, we put it here, and boom, we have slow falling. And we can glide because we have the balloon accessory on. Oh, this is so cool. And if we move it to any other slot, it doesn't work. It's only that slot right there, the accessory slot. Oh, this is so cool. Alright, so after a bit of work, I have finished all of the pixel art for these. We have the balloons, not going to show you this one. We have the star gem, which is the one which allows you to flight on the little star things around your feet. Then we have the hostility charm. You pop it in here, and then you walk up to a regular animal, and then it becomes a hostile one. We have the overworld grounding, nether grounding, and end grounding, which keep you in their respective dimensions. We have the charged copper pole, which when you get down to a low health, it will strike all of the enemies around you. And then we have the plague mask, which it will have the plaguing effect, as you see over there. And then we have the creepoofer, which will make all of the creepers around you just poof into dust. But now it was finally time to add all of the functionality, which took me a week. So after many hours of trial and error, we now have 10 completed accessories. First off, we have the balloons. You saw them before. Gives you slow falling in the air. Next up, not that, we have the star gem. I've actually reworked the way that the star flight works. You now constantly go up, and then when you sneak, you start going down. Next up, we have the hostility charm, which changes all peaceful mobs nearby to hostile ones. So if we do slash summon cow, you can see that it then turns into a wither skeleton. Next up, we have the overworld, nether, and end groundings, which keep the player at 0-0 in their respective dimensions. Then we have the charged copper pole, which when you are at low health, like I am now, every so often... Oh, I got struck. I was too close by to the wither skeleton, but that wither skeleton just got struck by lightning. Next up, we have the plague mask, which I'm going to walk a bit away from our little area there. And if I put it in my main hand, we get the plague. and all of the land around us also gets plagued. And finally, we have the Poofer, which, as it sounds like, poofs away creepers. If I just grab myself a creeper spawn egg, they get poofed. I'll probably do some extra sprite work just because, you know, some of them are a bit questionable. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching. I may turn this into its own solo pack. If I do, then expect a short and a community post. But with that, don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!